Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Damar Training's webinar on Accountancy Apprenticeships. My name is Alex Barker, and I work for the business development team here at Damar Training, focusing predominantly within our small to medium businesses. And I'm joined today by my colleague Rachel Daly, who works with our larger organisations. Just to take you through what we're going to cover today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Damar and what apprenticeships we offer, and we'll speak a little bit about how these are delivered, but our main focus will be on the accountancy apprenticeships and how the different levels work, and to give you a little bit more of an overview on those qualifications. So first of all, to tell you a little bit about Damar, if you don't already know, we are a training provider based in Stockport, but we cover across the country. We're a long-established apprenticeship provider, and we deliver on-site training on a national basis. Our focus is around professional services, so we work with a number of organisations delivering apprenticeships within business administration and medical administration, customer service, accountancy, legal, management, and most recently the travel qualification. We've worked with thousands of apprentices across the country, and we work with a lot of the country's leading employers. So what we'll be discussing today, an overview of apprenticeships, the different levels, progression opportunities when you complete an apprenticeship, and the career opportunities that these apprenticeships open to you. We have muted your conversation button, but there is an option to ask questions in the corner if you hover over the panel. So if you do have any questions during this webinar, then just press on that chat function and you'll be able to leave that question for us. It may be a good idea to take some notes today, but don't worry too much, because we will send out this presentation after, and it will be available to watch over again if you would like to do that. So a bit of a general introduction to apprenticeships. Being an apprentice means that you have a job that includes gaining a recognised qualification and skills within the workplace, but at that same time you're earning a wage. There's three different levels of apprenticeships, starting from intermediate and going up to higher. And for our accounts apprenticeship, which Rachel will talk about in a little bit more detail, we do offer at all three levels. Now with apprenticeships, there is a current minimum salary, which is £3.40 per hour, due to go up to £3.50 in April. What you will find with a number of Damar's apprenticeship opportunities, they do pay above this, and it's worth looking at the different range of salaries that are available, because some organisations do tend to pay a little bit higher. However, those that do pay £3.40 an hour, there is still some fantastic opportunities out there, and it's thinking more about your growth within that organisation, and when you finish your qualification, what kind of salary you can get to then. With all apprenticeship opportunities, you have to be working a minimum of 30 hours per week, but with most organisations, they tend to take you on a full-time contract, which is 37.5 hours a week or more. If you are under the age of 18, then that will be capped at 40 hours a week. If you're over the age of 18, then you can do overtime and do more than 40 hours a week if you wanted to. And I'm going to pass over to Rachel now, that will talk to you a little bit more about our accountancy apprenticeships and how these are delivered.
Okay, so the accountancy apprenticeships that we deliver at Damar are probably unique out of all of the other qualifications that we offer, in that they actually involve attending classroom-based tuition at our centre in Stockport. So the idea of an accountancy apprenticeship is to enable apprentices or people who are looking to develop in the role to develop very specific accounting knowledge, learn the profession in a very small interactive classroom environment. And most of those classrooms you'll find have a mixture of about 10 people in each group. Our delivery of the training, as I said, is primarily classroom based, but you do have a trainer come to visit you in the workplace, usually every 6 weeks, yeah. Depending again on your ability and the level of support that you need. We have a well-established accounts team, all of whom have qualified as accountants themselves, and so you've got that genuine experience, I guess, in the sector as well to take advantage of. So as you can see here, there's just a small table explaining each of the different levels and when the classes are. So level 2 is run every 2 weeks on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, as is level 3. And it's a 6-hour course every other week. And then obviously you have that classroom, you have that workplace contact as well with your tutor. The level 4 is actually run weekly. Naturally that involves a little bit more content. The work's more difficult at that level, and those are sort of afternoon into evening sessions on a Thursday. So if I go through each of the different levels, the intermediate apprenticeship, level 2 apprenticeship in accountancy, usually takes about 12 months to complete, but what we find is most of the students that enrol with us automatically enrol onto the next level. So nobody comes to just do AAT level 2 or the foundation certificate, because the end goal is to become fully qualified accounting technician or part qualified accounting technician. And so you would enrol on level 2 first. After successful completion of that, then you can enrol on to the next level. So suitable job roles for this might include things like an accounts junior. You might see adverts for a sales ledger clerk or a purchase ledger clerk. Those are the type of roles that you should be looking out for to sit alongside your apprenticeship training. Now, if you haven't already gained, it says here good GCSEs in maths and English. Usually we're talking A star to C. In the new world, that'll be 9 down to about 7 or 6, I believe. And there will be the opportunity to take functional skills exams in maths and English just to get you up to that level. As it says here again, just to reiterate, we do have regular reviews and support with one-to-one tuition as well from our accounts specialists. Now you stay in touch with your trainer in between visits and in between classroom sessions, either by email or telephone, and exam results are available 24/7 using your My AAT account, which you'll be set up on once you enrol with us. So a little bit about the qualification content there. Some of the units and the types of tests that you will sit related to those units. So as you'd expect, there's bookkeeping, transactions and controls, using accounting software. That usually is relative to the software that you use within your particular job role. Sage is very popular, and SAP, and some of the cloud-based softwares as well, and working effectively in finance. So as you can see, there's quite a few computer-based tests there, and there's also some work-placed evidence, and that work-placed evidence it basically involves our tutor coming in to see you in your working environment and having a chat with you about the different types of work that you're doing and the ethics behind that type of work. At advanced apprenticeship level, again, it's usually another 12 months, but it rolls straight on from the level 2, and the continuous studies last between 3 and 4 years, depending on your entry point. And this is the qualification that includes the intermediate AAT diploma, which is the level 2 qualification. Now, it's suitable for anyone who's progressing from the foundation award or an equivalent qualification. We do find that some people who've perhaps done an accounting A-level may come straight in at level 3 if they've also had a bit of work experience, but that's usually assessed by our trainers on a case-by-case basis, depending on the experience that you've had to date. And these prepare you for those junior and entry-level roles, and it's a real solid foundation basically in finance administration. So you might have a purchase ledger senior position within the firm that you work in, or an accounts assistant. Those would be the types of positions that would be suitable for somebody on the advanced apprenticeship. Again, functional skills are available at this level for those who haven't got the required level of GCSE in or equivalent in maths and English. And again, it's the same model in terms of support from your tutor, one-to-one and in the classroom. Just a little overview in terms of the content and the testing methodology within the advanced apprenticeship. So you go into a little bit more detail on the bookkeeping side of things. You're looking at control accounts and journals in the banking system. You start to do a bit of basic costing. Working effectively again in accounting and finance is important here. And then you start looking at computerised accounts, again at a little bit of a higher level than you would do at the foundation stage. Within the higher apprenticeship, this is what's known as the AAT Technician Diploma. It includes full AAT membership, and once you've completed this, you get the right to use the letters MAAT after your name. And full members of AAT work at a range of different semi-senior positions. Once you've completed the higher apprenticeship, it's possible then to go on to chartered status, depending on whether you work in an industry or in practice. It will depend on which qualification you choose to do, whether that's CIMA or ACCA or one of the other qualifications. Those suitable job roles include an assistant accountant, so you're working again at a little bit more higher level, perhaps working with a partner or a trainee accountant, like I say, getting you ready for those professional exams. Now, slightly different, the higher apprenticeship comprises the AAT Level 4 Diploma in Accounting and Level 4 Diploma in Business Skills. So you're getting 2 qualifications within this higher apprenticeship. And you can choose from a range of optional units which are tailored to the specific job role in your workplace as well, such as auditing or credit control, cash management, depending on which department you wish to specialise in, which will help you, again, with your sort of career development further down the line. So here are the mandatory and optional units at the higher level. Financial statements, management accounting and budgeting, management accounting decision and control, and accounting systems and controls are the mandated computer-based assessments that you do at this level. And then the optional units that we mentioned there are things like personal or business tax, external auditing, credit management, cash and treasury management. So again, you will choose those along with your employer and with your specialist Damar trainer assessor. So why would you do an accountancy apprenticeship rather than perhaps going down the university, the traditional university route? I've spoken to loads of students, parents, career staff over the years, and this is the list, I think, that comes up the majority of the time. The obvious one is avoiding that debt that you would accrue in university. As I mentioned earlier, you get that fast track to chartered accountancy. So as I say, if you've completed, say for example, your A-level in accounting, you come in into the apprenticeship at the advanced level. Technically, you could complete the advanced level apprenticeship and the higher apprenticeship within 3 years. So then at that stage, you're probably at the same stage in your career as your colleague who, or your peer from school or college who's gone on to do the accountancy degree. However, you've got 3 years of work experience, whereas they've got 3 years of student debt. You start earning straight away, basically, so you don't have to wait for 3 years until you start getting some money back. There is excellent earning potential for apprentices, and every apprentice that I know who's gone through the accountancy route has had a pay rise, every year of completing their qualifications. You get to achieve these professional AAT, internationally recognised qualifications. You're getting that practical on-the-job skill, which again, you don't get that at university at the same level. And you're staying ahead of those graduate friends of yours. You gain professional MAAT status, and it's always nice to have a few letters after your name. Potentially you could set up your own accountancy practice, and if you wanted to afterwards, you could go back to university. In the current world, it's not possible to go to university and then do an apprenticeship. And so again, you've got that edge on your colleagues who may have gone to down the university, the traditional university route. So I appreciate that's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour. There's lots of information on AAT's website. There's lots of information on the Damar training website. So if you do have any questions and you'd like to ask those now, then feel free.
It's probably just worth touching upon the recruitment side as well, Rachel, which I don't mind picking up here. So in terms of recruitment, you've heard about the apprenticeships now and the different options available to you. You're probably thinking, well, how do I go about applying for these apprenticeships? So if you are still in school, and this is you trying to gather information now on what you might want to do when you leave school, this is a perfect time to register your interest with us. And you can do that by going onto Damar's website, www.damartraining.com, and completing your details onto a form, which will then be sent through to our recruitment team in the office, and they will add you to our mailing list, so that opportunities that are going to be coming up in the summertime when you'll be ready and looking, we'll be able to put you forward for those, and then you'll be able to express an interest in those roles. If you're at a stage where you're ready to look for an apprenticeship now, then again, you can use our website to look at the vacancy page to see what opportunities we have available, but by also registering yourself on the Recruit an Apprentice page as well, where you'll be able to find out about lots of different accounts opportunities. Now, I know Rachel touched on this in the presentation, but it's just worth thinking about your grades and what you do have at Maths GCSE, because that's really important to a lot of the account firms that we work with, and they do look for a high level of maths, so definitely C and above, and you'll want to be able to put this in your application, but also be able to demonstrate why you're looking to move into an accounts apprenticeship. So just some things to consider there in terms of recruitment. And we do have an option for questions, but it doesn't seem that there is any at this moment. But obviously you may have some questions that you might want to come and ask us after this webinar, and myself and Rachel's contact details can be found at the bottom of the page there. This webinar will be available after we've finished today as well, so you can re-watch it, and if you do have any questions that we haven't covered today, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you for joining us today.